Hi guys, my name is Eve Rose. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I use my intuition along with psychological tools to help my clients reach the best relationship of their life. So today I wanted to talk about something that comes up all the time that women are like, what do I do in this situation? And that is, what if he says he's not ready for marriage? What if he says, maybe in the future, I'm just not ready right now, give me some time? What does that mean? So I wanted to, before we even get into this, I wanted to just point out to everybody, because we've all seen this. We've all seen a guy leave a 5-year relationship, a 6-year relationship, and then get into a 1 month to 2 month relationship, and they are engaged, or maybe like even 6 months. That's probably more normal. And all of a sudden they're engaged, and you're like, what happened? What? I thought he wasn't ready to get married. So guys will say a lot of things. People will say a lot of things. And it's for many reasons. Sometimes he can just be trying to avoid a really bad moment. No one wants to have a bad moment. No one wants to make you cry. No one wants to see a lovely girl cry or a beautiful woman cry. Nobody wants to see that. It's just not nice. So he's going to try to just say whatever he can at that moment. And that might be something along the lines of, I'm not ready for that right now, maybe in the future. When a guy says this to you, again, it's not that he's actually not ready. It's not that he doesn't want to get married. It's that you might not be the woman of his dreams, or he may not see you in that light. A lot of the times what happens is he just doesn't see you in that light. You just may not have that dynamic. You might be doing too much for him, and he just doesn't feel like strong and macho enough around you. And that's not good when it comes to him wanting to marry you. He always wants to feel like he can impress you and he can take care of you. So that's why a certain dynamic is nice, and it just makes life easier, to be honest. So if he ever says to you, oh, I'm just not ready, it's not that he's not ready. It's that he doesn't see you as this marriage material girl. He sees you as a girlfriend, or maybe he even sees you as a friend. It really depends on where you guys are with in your relationship. But it could just be that at that moment he just sees you as a girlfriend or as a friend. He doesn't see you as the woman who can be next to him basically for the rest of his life. He doesn't see that possibility. And a big mistake that happens is a lot of the women will say, I really want to get married to you. I really I think we would be perfect for each other. And they'll start listing out these things. And it's very odd to men. It's like, why are you selling yourself to me? You don't have to do that. You don't have to convince me. Another thing to think about, if you're actually trying to convince a partner to marry you, to stay with you or something like that, they have to convince themselves first. People have an idea already over everything. We have our own opinions, we have our own mind, we have our own brain. So this person is going to have an idea of you. They're going to place you in a certain place in their heart, in their mind. They're going to keep you in a certain place where they want to keep you. That doesn't mean that it's a bad place. They might want to, you might be their best friend forever, and that might be a lot, and that might be great, and whatever. But people first have their own ideas. They first have to see it themselves. You cannot make someone see something. They really do have to see it for themselves. They have to convince themselves. It's learning how to make suggestions. That is a very feminine skill that you can learn, and that will really, really help you either in the beginning of your relationships, so you can actually guide the relationship towards a more committed relationship, or even in the future when you're actually trying to keep a relationship and you're trying to get your partner to understand what it is that you're trying to achieve, what it is that you're trying to have. But yes, just a reminder, if somebody says to you, I am not ready for marriage right now, maybe in the future, it just means they're not ready for you. They're not in it for you. They don't see it with you, and that's okay. Sometimes other things that men will say is, I don't know if I want to get married, or I don't want to get married. Now, some men never do get married and they'll just avoid it, and that's just, but then some men just never heal. And it's like, well, what can you do with that? You know what I mean? If he's not willing to work on himself to create a relationship that's meaningful and sustainable, then that's not on you. That's on him. So just remember that. Not ready for it right now. Don't know if I ever want it. It's not my thing. Why do we need to do that? Or, sometimes men will say, well, we don't need to do that. We're already together. We're already a couple. We don't need to add this marriage thing. We're already married. And it's like, the reality is not that. You can see it, that society doesn't actually agree with that. You will file taxes differently once you're married. You will think about retirement differently once you're married. You will think about the expenses that are coming in and out of the home very differently once you're married. You're not just going to, you're going to actually start to care more about what your partner does in general, because you're going to be way more aware of how your partner is literally your shadow. Your partner is the shadow side of you, another side of you, manifested here physically. So, and this paper, this legal paper, and more, and not just the paper, but what marriage really stands for is a union that's recognized by society. Men love titles. Men love to give titles to who they think a title should be awarded to, because that puts them in a higher place. That puts them in a look at what I'm giving to you, So don't ever let them fool you into thinking that they don't want to get married. Like, men want to get married just as much as women do, if not even more, because they're even more aware of the financial consequences that come with just having a partner. They like the comfort, so they see the benefits. They feel the benefits as well. Now, society is changing as we speak, so it affects the mind. It affects what men will say they want, what they think they want, but what they need, what the body really needs, what a human really needs in order to be successful, is actually a good, stable partnership, a good foundation at home. So don't let, I'm not ready, I don't know if I want to, we're already married. Don't let that be a story that you believe. Don't let that be the story that you believe. That's not true. You will find someone, and sometimes even the current relationships that you're in can really change as well as your vibration changes, as you continue to work on yourself, your energy, your partner will definitely also change as well. So if you have any questions or comments, please add them below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Again, my name is Eve Rose. I am on Instagram and on Facebook under Eve Rose 999. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.